Good morning! Sunday morning coffee, woo-woo, number 109. Welcome. Thanks for coming along. Got a nice turnout already. It's very good, it's very good. As you can see, I am not at home. I'm at my friend's looking after the dog again. She's over there. Don't worry, I'm going to show you dog later, but I won't harass her for now. She's outside doing very important things like looking at bees. Generally looking around for prey, though there isn't any prey. She has got her squirrel nemesis, but it's not appeared yet. So yes, hello everyone, yay. I've got a bit of a better setup than I did the other night as well, when it was all a bit light, strange. Yes, this is Lola, the three-legged dog. She's had her breakfast. I tried to get her to have breakfast with me outside, so I brought her bowl and everything out, and she's got like a raised bowl, so obviously it's easier for her to eat. So I took the frame out and went, we're going to have outside breakfast. And she watched me do all of the food. And I went, look, it's breakfast, but outside. And then she was like, what's this? Like, it's the food that you love. No, it's an inanimate object. The food that I eat goes there. So put it in the normal spot. And she was like, oh yeah, food, great. So no outside breakfast, bless her. It is the last day of the Kickstarter. I have not been home, which is awesome. I get to pretend I live here, and it's much tidier than mine. Although I say that, I've got dog things everywhere where I've been throwing various toys around, going woo. But yeah, I like it here, and it's very neat and has cool posters like this. So woo. So I've been here using my friend's internet and Disney Plus, and yeah, just working continually on the Kickstarter. So that's largely what the news will be about this week, because that's all that's happened, really. We got there. Thanks for coming along, Daniel, in case I miss your departing message. Hello. Hello, all gang. It's good. It is good. I have a Spider-Man mug today. Although I did show off that amazing pint mug that I had yesterday. Might have to come out a bit later. So yeah, I've been staying at the house. I've set myself up in this exact position where I have been pretty much glued to the computer, updating Kickstarter. A lot of people will realise, but a lot of people won't realise how long some of these things take. So yesterday I was on this all day, doing graphics, so building the spooky pledges. Obviously got to figure out the costing and all that as well. Spooky pledges, taking photo of the Frankenstein lab, editing that, giving that its own graphic, changing a lot of the graphics to unlocks, spamming around everywhere, getting banned from places for spam. Yeah, then suddenly it was like 7 o'clock and my eyes were blur. I think when I do lots of computer work, it makes me miserable as well, because it's just that sort of like where I like moving about. So things like fulfilling Kickstarters, I love, because it's sort of moving about. You can see the progress there, and it's like, move a stack of box, do my thing, move about, stack of box. But when you just like click. I don't have a television at home. I'm one of those self-righteous people that go, oh no, I don't have a television, but I just watch loads of stuff on the computer, so it's not like I don't watch anything. Just don't have a TV screen. I kind of like it. It's on purpose, because I don't like watching random telly and the way it can suck you in. She says now having TikTok and that being exactly the same, just smaller like that. But I'm never a fan of how living rooms are geared so that everything points to the television. So that's the main reason I don't have one. Also, I have no room, because everything in my living room is geared towards the guinea pigs. So you can observe guinea pigs much easier, which is good. But the only downside, where I think about getting another screen sometimes, is that I can't work on something mundane, like clipping things out in Photoshop, and watch something at the same time. So I tend to listen to things a lot. But when I'm house sitting here, they've got screens everywhere. So I can do this and have something on that I can just sort of peer over the monitor. So I've watched loads of The Simpsons. They've got Disney Plus, so I'm like, oh, I could watch these things. So I have in the background absorbed many Simpsons episodes. I'm at the point. I've been trying to discover where what is it? Where The Simpsons goes bad. But there's a crossover point where I stopped watching it as well when it used to be on Channel 4. So I'm around that point and I'm like, oh, it's still okay. But like 1 in every 4 episodes, and then it's like 1 in every 5 episodes. So I've been Simpsons researching. Look at that. What's that? I also watched the Cruella film, which I really enjoyed, and I mostly watched that as a break rather than working and watching it. It didn't look that good from the trailer, but I thought, it seems like an interesting film. I really liked it. It's a bit Devil Wears Prada-y. We're not talking about anything work-related. And then I watched the Will Smith version of Aladdin, which I thought was going to be terrible, and I absolutely loved it. So that was my guilty pleasure. I wonder what else I'll watch today. I shocked someone yesterday by saying I haven't seen most Disney films. That's a failing on Mum's part, probably. But I've seen The Lion King a million times. Oh, I watched The Lion King again as well yesterday, because I'm there going, oh, what's on Disney Plus? But yeah, just for some reason, I haven't seen most of the Disney classic cartoon films. So I've never seen Aladdin, the cartoon one either. So it kind of meant, I think, that it didn't bother me that it was in live action. It was a bit strange. It felt a bit like it was on a stage show, because everything was kind of one angle thing. I don't know if that's what they're going for, but yeah, that was fun. I know all of the songs because I listen to all the songs when I'm working on the sort of background YouTube mixes and stuff. So I know all the songs from all the films, just don't know the films. So I didn't know what happened either. So I'm there watching it, doing worky stuff, going, oh, that Jafar's not a very nice man, is he? And they're looking out, crying, oh, how are they going to get out of that one? And I realised I had no idea what actually happened. So I was like, oh. So yeah, you did take me to see The Lion King in London, Mum. She did, yes. I'm a very big Lion King fan. All right. Free Guy, apparently very good. I did see that on there, so maybe that'll be later. Miss Hello, everyone's come along. There's people all over the world. This is awesome. Yes. Pat's there. Good to see that Matahari has been unlocked just for you, Pat. So yes, all week has been, aside from Annie's Netflix, Disney Plus watchings. I also need to watch Squid Game, because that's Squid Game? Yeah. Jafar is a nice man. Yes, he is. No, he isn't. What a mean gentleman. I hope it all ends up okay. So, Kickstarter all week. All I've done for the last 2 weeks is work and sleep, and I'm really exhausted. And my brain's actually not in a great place, but I kind of like chatting to you, so it's all good. I'm just very exhausted. I'm loving this Kickstarter though. I know, like, if I mention, say like when something's on, like right now, that I'm struggling a bit, and people are like, oh, Kickstarters are very hard work. And it's fine. The Kickstarter is a lot of hard work, to be fair, but I love it. They're always fun. It's like a good exhaustion, because you do see the result, and that's what I love. It's this whole, like, you do the thing, but then the result is there. So with a Kickstarter, you see the number go up, you see more people sharing, and there's lots of activity, so you get that reward. So that's really good. And knowing how many more that I'm selling, that enough, if I'd just done the release, that's why they've been getting me down a bit. Sometimes when you do a standard release, you kind of go, you've done all of that pre-work, and then you're like, here you go, world! And then I don't sell a single one for maybe 6 months. And it's like, oh, so that's the, like, suck bit. But Kickstarters are entirely different, because it's just like activity all the time, which is ace. Yeah, I've still had a couple of releases from like a couple of months ago or so that still have not sold a single one. Like, yep. So what we've got here. Watching with a friend today, she's evil, refusing to pledge, citing something weird about already having too many minis to paint. There's never too many, and you don't even have to paint them all. Collecting is part of the hobby, so merely owning them brings satisfaction. Okay. Reaching 5 times the Kickstarter goal in 3 days is pretty good. It is damn good, right? I'm really happy with this. It's you know, I always say I've got my secret goals. There's the secret targets, and I don't tell anyone because I jinx it. Although I did tell the caster. We normally have our guesses. We kind of guess on other people's as well. It's a good test of like awareness and biz skills, I guess. So my happy goal was 15, and we're over 15. Yes. So yeah, everything's bonus. Everyone's a bonus after the launch anyway, but just by judging, you know, looking realistically, looking back at some of my other Kickstarters, and I like comparing all the stats, and it's gone absolutely perfectly. And that big boost that it had at the start was so cool. It was really, really cool. And I've been comparing it on KickTrack to the Amazons and Dwarfs Kickstarters, and it's been very similar, which is wicked because that was a really successful one. The Amazons and Dwarfs had a really big surge on the last day. So part of me is like, oh, maybe we'll get quite a big surge. We've pretty much unlocked everything. I might add 1 or 2 things in. They're not going to be huge, and it's not going to be me scrambling, going, oh, we need some more unlocks. It's the kind of like, oh, I can chill a bit now. What was it I was going to do? So I'm going to look at some small merchy things today and see what I can realistically add in. Probably free, to be fair. So it might be badges or just something like that. Just so it's a nice little extra bit. And I've got so much new artwork that I kind of just want to put it on things. So that would be ace. Carol, I need to send you some videos because I've been watching this Westie terrier on TikTok this morning that's got wheelies. It's got problems with his back legs, so it's on wheelies, and there's just videos of him just like ploughing through forests on his little wheelies, and it's like, oh, that's so cute. Looking at the comments there. Right, what else? What else have we got? Blah blah. Kickstarter. That's it. That's just been this week. I mentioned. I don't want to get too negative. I mentioned briefly in the video on Friday. I don't know how many people cross over that were there on Friday as well. I think a fair amount. This has been a tough Kickstarter in terms of feedback, because it's that, like, you always get, you know, 99% of people saying stuff's wicked and a smaller amount not, but it seems to have been more difficult than usual. I don't know if it's the subject matter, just fluke, but I've been getting a fair more hate than usual on stuff, and I am, because I'm so exhausted, everything's more I'm not taking it personally, but probably just fueling rage rather than a thing. Just been going, ignore it, Annie, ignore it, it's fine. Lots more people think the stuff is good. People are always going to not like the things. But I think because I'm so tired, I am very much struggling in general with the mental health at the moment. It's not the Kickstarter's fault, it's just there's everything. There seems to be more and more things piling up. And I've no idea how I'm actually going to get things done in time. Not the Kickstarter, don't worry. Don't worry, this is fine. It's more the gap between now and Salute and all the things that need to happen. I'm just going, oh. That basically doesn't involve me just having to work and sleep. Because obviously that has been my entire life. There has been no other aspect to my life at all, just work, and that's never healthy. But I currently can't see a point where there's a break, and yeah, that sucks a bit. But we'll get there. It's Partisan next weekend, which is another of my deadlines. The deadlines are all just stacking up on each other. I'm like, oh, crap. Partisan next week in Newark. I will be there. I will be there. I will not be trading though, so you'll have to go to Great Escape Games, who will have a huge chunk of stuff, which they currently do not have in their possession. So yes, Tuesday me has got to get that all mapped out, exactly what I need to fill up the rack that they've offered, basically. How many things I can get on there. So I think I said before, it's going to be World War II terrain, shield maidens, I think, and animals. I'm going to see what I can actually fit on. But yeah, they'll have all the stuff. I'm going to be hanging around there a bit, just because. I kind of just want to go see people, but not do the work. I will be technically working because I'm going to help Great Escape out, but not the whole day, just when I couldn't be asked. So I'm going to loiter around there. That's going to be my base. So if you're looking for me, that's a good place. They're in the far left as you enter the building in their usual spot. I'll also be wandering around. So I will be in a very prime position to chat. So if you want to chat, don't worry if you see me anywhere. You're not getting in my way. That's what I'm there for, unless I'm making a beeline to the loo, because I can never get to the loo at Partisan because you've got to go across the whole room, and I get stopped so many times. And I'm normally left and I really, really need the loo, and I'll be like, oh, hey Annie, how's it going? Please just let me go, I'll be back soon, I swear. Yay, Pandemonians coming to salute. Woo, definitely come over here, come to the Squiddo land. I might try amongst a million things to get something ready with the coffee thing for salute as well, like getting at least some badges or something like that done. I think that'd be cool. The Sunday morning coffee badges, I think that'd be cool. But yeah, there's lots to do for salute, and then I'm seeing stuff online like October, November lockdown. Who knows? So yeah, just all the things. But I'm getting a lot better at scheduling and planning, which is what I will be doing after this. I will be sat on the most comfy sofa in the world with my planning book and just emptying my brain, which always helps, to figure out how I'm going to get all of the things done. Part of me is having crazy thoughts about building the pledge manager today. I know, right? Today. Not meaning launching immediately, because there's got to be like a week or something where they process the payment, but I'm kind of aiming that by the time it's done that process, oh no, I think it's 2 weeks, that by the time it's done that, you're going to be able to get the goods, the pledge manager. So rather than it being a while, this one's going to be fairly quick, and I've got all the pictures. So there's no reason why I couldn't, well, other than massive lack of time. But I want to get this Kickstarter really out as fast as I can. So yeah, if I can get that pledge manager out super fast, it can be like the World War II Kickstarter, where the bits that I've got can just go, and then some bits that still need to be finished casting and all that, they can wait. But this won't age well. But I really want it to be. It's got December as a fulfillment date, and I'm hoping it's going to be a lot sooner. That's the goal, and on an even wilder level, possibly even having some of it at salute too. I think I said before, at least salute pickup. So I'm going to offer that on the pledge manager as well, and hope that it's not like that year where I offered salute pickup and had about 2 of them. I've still got I still have all the salute prep to do, basically, which involves replanning all of the racks, figuring out what racks I need, buying more racks, realizing I don't have money to buy more racks, seeing what racks I can take that can bodge out of the garage, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, that's huge. I'm figuring out how to do the display, because I used to have all of the miniatures in display cabinet. It was always the most stressful thing. So I figured out a way to streamline it. Now I have so many minis, I won't be able to take them all. So I'm going to have to choose. So it's like, who will come? We don't know. So I might do little, who knows? It's a month. How is it? Oh, why am I doing this? What journey? Freak Out Live going, it's a month. How? It's a month. It's basically March now if this was normal salute. What? So yeah, I should probably get some staff together for that. Fadrin, hey, up to buy a fiver. Yes, I see you early. Slightly tempted by Jean, but do have a vague use for everything else, and I cannot think what I'd use her for. You could buy her on the basis of her just being a Kev White sculpt and currently being really cheap, too cheap. She definitely won't be that price after the Kickstarter. She's going to be £20. The foot one is £8. It's more than our usual sort of price, and that's partly the Kev White tax, because he costs so much money. He is the most expensive sculptor in the world. Not the most, but to me, he is a lot. So it's like you have to factor that into the price. And it is a multi-part resin kit as well, which is to the highest standard. So if someone like Hassle Free put that out, it would be a lot more than £20. So yeah, for £20 on the Kickstarter, you get the mounted and the foot, which is pretty wild. So that's why I've kind of made it too tempting. And it is a stunning sort of centerpiecey miniature as well. So I think that's fine. I don't know what the Kickstarter's on at the moment. Let's have a look. What's it on? What's it called? That's Squiddo Games. That's me. We have got, I think my goal worked as well at luring in some new people, because we seem to have, nearly 15 and a half. I get that 16. We seem to have lured in quite a lot of new ones. Fresh people, which is good. So if there's any here hiding away, being like, hello. So yeah, we've got lots of fresh folk. I was going to say. So it's got the reach that it needed. Not entirely, because I got banned from loads of groups and stuff on Friday when I was trying to spam. Or was it yesterday? I don't know anymore. So yeah, I'm just there spamming around the internet going, somebody please see the things. But then I put a half rant on Twitter. It's like, please share the things. And that's got over 100 shares. So that actually worked. So woo. So thanks everyone who has done the sharing. That is ace. We've unlocked everything. We've got this like Frankenstein builder that's been unlocked. Oh, you can actually see things. The light's not too bad. I'll just grab them. Oh, stretch. Stretch. In case you didn't see the little video, I wasn't sure whether to unlock it because it wasn't sort of high fantasy, but enough of you convinced me. So it's building a Frankenstein kit, basically. And it is spooky October, so yeah, that's the little bit you put him in. It's alive! And then it's got like the little table, all little knives and things on them. Of course, the lever. And all the lightning going everywhere. So I've got the spooky bundle that's come out. I've put some animal bundles up. They're all as tasty as possible, really. And that's partly trying to go, come on, buy some of these add-ons. So I've got some cash to buy some more grid ball. So that's why they're at a very tasty deal. So if you haven't looked, it's worth having a little look. Just having a look. Scroll all the way down the Kickstarter because there's so many things. There's the bundles, there's brand new terrain, which I noted in the last update that people might not have seen because it's just in the bundles and you go, oh yeah, I've seen the terrain. I made the videos, so they're on this channel. So after this, you can have a cheeky little look. And you will see I made videos for the guinea pig. Yeah, the guinea pig statues and are they here? No, they're not here. The carnivorous plants. But we've also got these brand new things like these statues, these broken statues that go in the graveyard. The gravestone stuff's amazing. There's the live video I put onto the Facebook page where you can see loads of cool things. The Squiddo terrain I really like, not just because it's ace, but it's because it's got the little details like the offerings. We've got the coins in a pot, the candles, the skulls, people being crushed. And these little bits with the squids coming around. I just think they're ace. So as much as all the new stuff, it's got all of the lots of new packs of terrain, and also focusing on some of the older bits. So it's the older terrain and some of the older miniatures where they're stunning, and they're just so cool. What was I going to say? Just that's part of what this Kickstarter was as well, just to bring some light, because it's such a big catalogue now. There's so many things you might not realise that we make, and I've already had quite a bit of that. And the add-ons. So I think it was the first 4-figure bundles that come with the mega pledge. They're all chosen as well, because I know sometimes we've got different sculptors and things. They're chosen to fit perfectly with this new load of stuff, and the dwarves and dwarves and Amazons fit perfectly as well. Whereas some of the shield maidens are a bit chunkier. I'm absolutely fine with it, but I didn't want anyone to be like, I got these and they're all slightly different. So that's why I haven't got the units of shield maidens on there. It's just some of the characters. But again, I just didn't want to overwhelm that page, because I could just put the entire catalogue on. I put a huge amount of it. But that should be enough to sort of entice people that have never heard of us to go, oh, what else do they do? They can be like, I'm tempted to put a Feudal Japan deal up as well, but it's whether I want to do much more photoshopping today. I might do that though, because again, if people have only just heard of us and they go, oh, look at all this goodies. See you later, Andrea. Very yawning. I'm sure I had other news other than just Kickstarter. So Partisan next week. If there's any particular things you'd like to pick up from Partisan, if you message Great Escape Games, then they can add it to their order. So then I'm not on their stand, basically selling my. Well, it's a weird relationship, that sort of reseller thing. So I'll be working on their stand for free, just because I'm nice, or just to help out, and basically somewhere to base myself working. I'll be there with a money belt on, chatting mostly, but it's their stock, so I want people to buy their stock rather than me then being like with it in a jacket going, here, buy from me instead, because that's how it works. They buy off me, they sell to you, and then they go, wow, this stuff's great, we'll buy more of it, and then they buy more from me. So I'm doing Partisan as a person, as a human, and Salute, I'll be there en masse with my gang. I haven't even messaged the gang, which is bad times. So I've got to figure out who's actually working for me at Salute. But that's it. I'm still not sure about that attack, and I don't think they've announced if they're on or not yet. So I know it's a weird time, isn't it, where we kind of feel like things are back to normal, but they're also not. And then there's this threat of Christmas. I know a bunch of you aren't in the UK. I don't know how much you've seen in the news, but we have no food or petrol or anything. So everything, there's just supply chain issues everywhere. I think some of Royal Mail's been hit as well, because I've definitely noticed some things taking longer than they should. It's just, we can't get petrol, which is fun. It's and that's just like a gathering of various issues we've had this year. So obviously, since Brexit and the COVID things, just general supply chain of so much to the UK has just sucked. But luckily, we've mostly been okay. Bad Squiddo. We've had some cost increases and things like that, but we're not trading in weird things. It's mostly the weirder things like foods and all that, where they've really been stuck. What's the word? So there's all that. That's always in the back of my mind, making sure everything is able to work. So my brain is kind of not with it today, although I'm a bit chirpy than I was pre-stream, so it's worked. So after this, I'm going to write in my little journal and figure out what I'm doing with my life. And I might watch a film or something, actually, and then begin the spam, the endless spam. So I'm just going to be that annoying person today that goes, It ends today. It's your last chance. Spam, spam, spam. Back my Kickstarter. And everyone going, oh, shut up about your Kickstarter already. It's been ages. I go, no, it hasn't. It only started on Wednesday. Which, again, it's just like, whew, it started on Wednesday. It's now Sunday. Those small Kickstarter are awesome. Fadrin, yes, you can add anything you like to the Kickstarter. You can add them to your pledge if you want to help the pledge go up, because you just choose it afterwards. And yeah, you can always choose anything on the website. I usually put things in the pledge manager section that I think people might like, but you can add anything. So you can add, you can add World War II. I think someone was quite interested in adding a whole bunch of World War II. Thanks, Vadrin. Yeah, so you can always add that in. Oh, that's a point. So if you're in pick and mix level, I know a lot of people go pick and mix and then they have a kind of an idea of what they want, but still put in just for the 4, which is okay. It's fine. So you can increase in the pledge manager or entirely change your mind on what you want. But if you definitely know what you want and you've got the funds now, it's always a good idea to whack it in. So just up the total. You don't need to worry about letting me know exactly what you want. I think most people here know this anyway, that you don't have to remember all of that. You just do that afterwards. So it'll be at least 2 weeks when the pledge manager goes up. But yeah, I'm just very tired. And yeah, I've just been extra sensitive. So if you've seen me online being mean anywhere, someone told me I asked in the Oldhammer group yesterday, Friday, if anyone was going to bring out your lead, because it's at Foundry, and it's this like celebration of old Warhammer stuff. And I went a couple years ago, and I really liked it. And I didn't realise the date had been moved back, so I thought I might go as a bit of a break. So I posted on there, hey, anyone cool going to the Bring Out Your Lead? I might go as a break from the Kickstarter, from all the Kickstarter work. I did put hint on there. But some guys like, no Kickstarter spam. So normally I just ignore it, but because I'm so like, I'm in a weird tiredness where I'm just angry rather than sad. So it's like, I'll have you know, don't you know who I am? I was actually intending. So thanks to whoever the person was who also went, and Annie's a legend. It's like, if I was spamming, you'd know. And then someone else said, she's not a spammer. I'm like, I am a spammer. But I wasn't spamming on that particular instance. I was pondering going. Unfortunately, I did not, because I had to spend the entire day Kickstartering. Also, it rained a lot. I think if it wasn't raining, I'd have been more tempted to go along. But I think I need to have a look, actually, how it went. Because I know a lot of the people might not have been there. But yeah, it's at Foundry, and they have a castle, basically. It's my dream. And they've got like the yard and all these different outbuildings of stock and shop and casting, and it's just like I just get to go and fantasize. Feel like one day maybe. There's lots of nice people there, so it is a really nice day out. But I'll be there next year. It should be back in the summer next year as well, so that helps. Because I thought, well, if it's raining, we won't be stuck in a marquee. I don't really want to be in a marquee at the moment. Still all a bit uncertain out there, isn't it? The thing I'm looking forward to about Salute, even, you know, with all the COVID concerns, there's obviously a scale of risk and all that, and I get that it's, you know, how comfortable you are with things. But even though Salute is huge, it's such a big room that I think there's just, because I always say this when I'm talking about things like show anxiety, where sometimes smaller shows can be more stressful in terms of like people being packed in, whereas because Salute's a certain size, they legally you have to be able to get an ambulance down it, so the walkways are all really big. So I think people are going to be fairly spread out, obviously at peak times and peak areas. You know, if you're at Forge World at launch or whatever, then you might be a bit crammed, but it's generally quite open, and I'm at the back wall as well, so I think that's going to be quite a nice place to be, because you can just breathe. So I'm actually not stressed at all about that, whereas something like the Derby Worlds a few years ago, when it was just like people, because everything, you know, the aisles are like one person wide and all this, that was stressful. That was when I went outside to get some air because I was starting to get panicky. And then I was sat outside the back because in one of those hangars, and I was sat out looking at the fields going, I could just run away. I could just run away. But I won't run away from Salute. Uh-oh, is that... Oh, it's okay. It's a child's bell, I think. I thought it might be the cat that Lola chases, but she's deaf, so she can't hear it anyway. She's entirely flattened. Instead of turning the screen, I'll take a picture from this angle and I'll show you her before we go. The very hard-working dog out there. Hang on, let's do that. Let's take a paparazzi. There she is. So this is what Lola's up to. she's working very hard. But it's a Sunday. She's allowed. I feel it. I think I might do the same. So I've been ranting around a lot. Hopefully entertaining as always. You haven't done the little thumbs up. So again, I know you're all, it's preaching to the converted because you're all the extra cool gang. But if you see any posts around on the internet, just comment. The comment means so much. So like that post I put in Baggy's Cave where I went, I've been banned from groups, because everyone was then posting on it. More people saw that, and that post blew up. They're like, no, I need the Kickstarter post to blow up. So it's especially on the actual page rather than Baggy's Cave. So if you see those, just put I'm in, or this stuff looks cool, or anything like that. Really helps. And yeah, you'll probably see me all over the internet. It'll be impossible to avoid me. I might do some, I haven't really done anything on Instagram, so I might chuck a load on Instagram and on Instagram stories, because then that crosses over to Facebook, and just do a whole bunch of promo. So we've got the money that we need for the project, but obviously always want more. And it's just all about making the most of the opportunity, because I've said so many times about how many more sales you do get from the Kickstarter as opposed to when things are out. It's just some strange psychology. So while I've got this platform, that's why, because I know you can look, and I used to in the past be like, well, you've made your target, why are you pushing it? And I'm like, oh yes, just need to push it as much as possible. Also, I might get I might add some more bits in it, so there you go. Vadrin, I'm going to be watching NFL this evening, and Annie's going to pop up in commentary. You will. There'll be a balloon. I've sent a balloon going over the top. It's definitely not damsels. Or I'll just appear in that, like, the corner of the screen thing where it's like a little bit of text. Have you checked your pledge before the end of the Kickstarter? It's 8 p.m. Well, just before 8 p.m. for some reason. I don't know how I set it like that, but that's me. UK time, whatever UK time is. Who knows anymore? It's squid-shaped balloon. Me and a, what do you call them? Blimp or something going across. Back the Kickstarter. That's what it feels like. So it was just because I've been a bit extra sensitive, where I've been like, how dare people delete my things? Because I was sharing them around groups, and all the admin were going, no, we have no Kickstarter policy, which is fine. It's just frustrating because obviously people do what they like in the groups, and I'm aware I don't let everything in my groups. Be an entire hypocrite. But yeah, it's just that like frustration of, I really want to get it out there. And they're like, nope. And me in my head going, don't you know who I am? So it's, what I normally do is I'm not too much of a spammer because I'm so polite and meek, and I'm like, oh, I won't get in anyone's way. And then people don't see it. So this time I've just been like, well, I'll throw out 1 million darts, and if loads of them get removed, there's still X amount of darts up there. So what can you do? But it's all good fun. And I do feel a lot better actually from doing this stream, because I was horizontal about 5 minutes beforehand going, rubbish. Even though obviously the Kickstarter's going ace, just my life sucks. But other than that, my plants are very good, by the way. And Andy is looking after the guinea pigs whilst I'm here looking after the dog. So he said they haven't caught fire yet, so that's a bonus. So that's very good. Thank you, Andy. Ooh. Pigs are all well, which is awesome. And they even went out and got me the guinea pigs. Andy and Mrs. Andy went out and got some food for them yesterday, which was very good because the delivery I had just didn't arrive. So I was like, can you please get the guinea pigs food? So they are in very good hands. The plants were all looked after before I went away. So moved them all around, gave them some waters, and you will all be good now. You will be good. Don't think we didn't notice you kiddied your pigs in the Kickstarter. Everything. I haven't put any pictures of pigs in, actually. That's how I can get more views. Right, I am going to go. Thank you, as always. It is excellent. I love you all turning up, and the show does make me happy, and I hope it makes you happy. So see you on the spam train. Woo! And then, yes, a lot of people have been asking about community miniatures. I know it looks bad and looks like I've forgotten it, but I don't. It is one of the things keeping me up at night, every night and every month, when people's automatic payments come in, and I feel awful because I go, if you've got an automatic payment to the Ko-fi and you think, well, this has gone on more than Annie will be able to catch up, I absolutely don't mind. I won't be offended if you want to pause or cancel them. Whilst I catch up, basically. If you want to keep it going, that's absolutely fine. But in case anyone's thinking, oh, I've put in this much money, but she's only going to be doing this many figures, it's cool. I absolutely won't be offended if you want to pause that at any point. If not, I will be speeding ahead with it. I think that's what I might do, actually. I might throw in some into the community miniatures, like some extra ones or something, because there's not going to be a Kickstarter for the rest of the year. None of this has got in the way of the community miniatures, by the way, so this has been a side project ongoing. But Alan, who's going to be sculpting them all, is all in the clear now for any other project. He's clear. So his next thing is going to be focusing on these, and that's my next thing, but it might be after a whole bunch of other things. But I want to get the wheels turning on that and get us caught up, because it was always supposed to be a sort of like one a month, but it just went wild, which is awesome. I just didn't realize how much people would like it, and that's where it got turned into a bit of a big thing, and a whole project in itself, where I thought it was going to be a little Sunday afternoon hour a week jobby. so yeah, don't worry about it. I haven't run off with your cash, and we'll get some more structure together with that. And yeah, if you want to pause cash, that's fine as well. That's absolutely cool. So see you later. Thank you. Bye.